to the fourth video in our Millionaire series. In the first three videos, we looked at the simple steps you can take towards becoming a millionaire. Then we looked at how much you need to invest per month in order to become a millionaire by 65 based on your current age. Then I showed you my process for figuring out how much you need to save for your own retirement based on your hopes and dreams, because everyone needs a different amount in savings to retire. If you'd like to watch the other three videos, then click the links down below. But today I'm breaking down for you what actual people are doing to become millionaires, meaning net worth millionaires, where you take what you own and subtract what you owe, and if that is over $1 million, then you're a millionaire. And we look at what the average millionaire's life really looks like. The cars they buy, the houses they live in, where their wealth comes from. Spoiler, it's gonna shock you. My goal is to bust some myths and give you hope in the possibility of one day becoming a millionaire yourself. Now, everything I'm about to tell you is coming from actual statistics, from the largest millionaire study ever conducted, where over 10,000 millionaires were surveyed about their lives. It was commissioned by Ramsey Solutions and conducted by an independent third party. And it's called the National Study of Millionaires. So let's jump in. If only becoming a millionaire was as easy as jumping in a pool. The first thing that may surprise you about this study is that most millionaires are remarkably average people. People you probably won't tend to think are millionaires, like Ron Swanson. You wouldn't guess it, but there's no way that guy's not a millionaire, right?
Nice try. I'm not telling you how much money I have, where it's hidden, or which precious metals and or gemstones it may or may not take the form of.
Okay, one example of this is that the average millionaire's home in the study was 2,600 square feet. And according to Rocket Mortgage back in 2015, which was closer to when this study was conducted, the average US home was 2,687 square feet, slightly bigger than the average millionaire's home from the study. So though they may be millionaires, let's just say most of them aren't living in a Kevin McAllister level home. In a similar way, millionaires are generally living in fairly modest neighborhoods, with 51% of them living in neighborhoods with the average household income being below $75,000 a year. And almost 80% lived in neighborhoods where the average was less than $100,000 a year. Their upbringing wasn't that different either. 75% of the millionaires were raised in middle to lower middle class families, with only 2% living in the upper class, which goes to show coming from a wealthy family doesn't necessarily mean anything. Now, in terms of education, a significant number of those surveyed did have a degree from a higher education school. 87% were graduates with at least a 4-year degree, but only 7% averaged over $200,000 salary in their career. I am most definitely not in that 7%. Now, while many of these millionaires were in fact A students, nearly half of them lived by the mantra that B's and C's get degrees, which is good for me because I definitely lived by that mantra. College was hard. Incidentally, almost half of these millionaires had parents that didn't even graduate from a college or a trade school. Whoa. Now, we already found that millionaires don't tend to lead flashy lives, but tend to stick to more moderate lifestyles. That's clear from their savings and spending habits as well. With savings, a solid 48% said that they save at least 16% or more of their income. 87% said that they save at least 6% of their income. Millionaires and those aspiring to be millionaires have clearly created a good habit of saving their money regardless of how small their percentages. In terms of spending, they tend to be fairly frugal. At the time of this study, the average millionaire spent almost 30% less on their household groceries compared to a similar American family according to the USDA. They also don't tend to go all out on vehicles, with only 15% of millionaires putting their money towards luxury brand vehicles. Over 30% of the millionaires studied actually drive Hondas and Toyotas. When it comes to budgeting, you guessed it, millionaires on average were more likely to stay consistent with budgeting. Incidentally, I have a lot of videos about budgeting and budgeting apps, so if you want to watch some of those, then subscribe. And you can check out some links below. When it comes to debt, 73% of millionaires said that they've never had credit card debt, which is impressive because this includes the time before they were millionaires. That's twice that of the general population, which comes in at 34%. Similar with student loans, 47% of the general population borrowed money for school, which is 18 percentage points higher than that of millionaires. The super interesting thing though is that millionaires actually borrowed more money in one major debt category: mortgages. 86% of millionaires said that they had a mortgage at some point in their lives, compared to 62% of non-millionaires. So apparently homeownership is pretty important among the millionaire segment of the population. And now what we've all been waiting for, here's the average millionaire's primary wealth building method. But real quick, prior to making this video, I was curious what you all's opinion of this was. And so I created a poll and posed this question on my channel. How do you think most millionaires actually become millionaires? I got 150 responses, and what I found was very interesting. For one, 1% of you think that most millionaires get their wealth from winning the lottery. I put this in as a joke, so I suspect this answer was a joke. But when it comes to the more serious answers, 10% believe millionaires primarily earn their wealth through real estate. 23% believe that that it came through investing in the stock market, 27% believe that it came from owning and building a business, and a staggering 39% believe that most millionaires inherited their wealth from their wealthy parents. Side note, I do a lot of polls on my channel, so join in the fun and fill some out. All right, now let's look at the actual data. Believe it or not, 80% of millionaires said that their primary form of building wealth was by investing in the stock market through an employer-sponsored 401k plan or a Roth IRA. In terms of the 6 methods listed, here are the top 4 in terms of importance in building millionaires' wealth. 1, investing in an employer-sponsored retirement account or a Roth IRA. 2, investing in the stock market outside of an employer-sponsored account. 3, straight up savings. And number 4, real estate. Then to bring up the rear was inheritance and selling a business. While 39% of you believe that most millionaires actually inherit their wealth, in reality only 21% of the millionaires studied actually inherited anything. And of those, almost half inherited less than $250,000, which is a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but not enough to make someone a millionaire who wasn't already very close based on their own efforts. It seems that inheritance actually contributed very little to the average millionaire's net worth. What was the most surprising statistic that you found in here? Let me know in the comments down below. What shocked me most is how normal the average millionaire really is. Most are very frugal, they live modest lives in modest homes, they drive modest cars, and while they do vary in many aspects, the vast majority of millionaires believe there are 2 things that are most important in becoming a millionaire. 1, financial discipline. We're talking budgeting, controlling spending, saving, etc., etc. And 2, consistency in investing. That means regularly putting money into your Roth 401k, your Roth IRA to take advantage of that tax advantage retirement savings. Millionaires really are just like you and me, and you can become a millionaire too with discipline. That's what this series is all about. I want to encourage you to believe that you can do it and then take action to make that happen by paying off debt and starting to invest on a regular basis. If you need help, let me know in the comments down below or click the link in the description. I have slots available for financial coaching, which can really help jumpstart you towards your goals. Now, if you'd like to watch more videos about fintech reviews or simplifying your finances, then subscribe, like this video below, and watch this video next.